Hello friends! In this video, I am going to show you how to put together a creative box with all these bits and bobs from around the house that makes it easier for you to grab when you want to set up invitations to create and play for your child, but also makes it easier for your child to grab and get creative and making and tinkering when they feel like it during playtime. So we're just going to go dive right in. Now this creative box that contains bits and bobs, we here at the Little STEAM Learners Lab call it an inventor's box. Why call it an inventor's box? Well, of course, because it creates room for your little one to be able to tinker and create and invent whenever they feel like it. Now you're probably wondering, what is this box all about? Well, this box is, like I said, it is a box that has supplies from around the house. Now, I will tell you one thing. This has probably been one of the best discoveries that I've had as an educator, as an aunt, as somebody who works with kids all the time. I've used it in my classroom, we've used it in camps, used it in the house as well, and it is a life-changing tool to have in the house and a great way to bring STEAM play inside your home without always having to set up those very extravagant, those complicated activities. So it's a great way to get your child tinkering, getting creative and making during playtime or other times during the day. So it could be part of your daily routine or part of daily activities. The inventor's box actually was an idea that I got from the loose parts play theory. So if you haven't heard about that, basically the idea is loose parts are materials like, let's say, a bottle or toilet paper rolls or other items that do not have a prescriptive way of using it. That means there are multiple different ways that you can use those materials. Some great examples of them could be anything from plastic containers, like I've said before. Egg cartons are a great example. Plastic containers, buttons, sticks, leaves, and there's so many more of those. And those are all loose parts. And the great thing about these loose parts is because they're so open-ended, they can be used in so many different ways, they make it easier for our learners to get creative with them. It doesn't direct them exactly how to use, so then they are open to use their imagination, discover how those materials play for them, and use them to do, to make, to create lots of different things and to play. And this is why we love adding it at home as a STEAM play tool. So STEAM play comprises of our environment and as well as the activities, of course, that you set up. And some things that you could do to your environment are have materials that are mindfully picked by us or by our kids. For example, this inventor's box or the things that go inside this inventor's box that allows your child to build those 21st century skills like creative learning and critical thinking and problem solving and getting curious and creative and just discovery and wonder using those materials. So let's dive a little bit in on what kind of materials we can add in our inventor's box or in this creative supply box. I like to categorize these materials into 3 categories. The first category is called recyclables. So that is literally you diving into your recycling bin and just grabbing some materials from in there. Like I said before, from the examples I've given, from egg cartons to plastic materials, old wooden pieces. As you can see, we have already used ours and started painting with it. Toilet paper rolls, those work just as well. And then you have your craft supplies, and craft supplies can be anything like pom-poms. You have like those popsicle sticks like we have over here. I have some other sort of little wooden pieces that we have bought before, and so many other things. And then the third piece is what we call connectors and tools, and these are basically materials that allows your child to then connect these things together. So if you think pipe cleaners, scissors, tape, string, all of those count as connectors. Then you add those 3 types of materials inside your basket, your box, your plastic tub or container, whatever you have available at home, and put it together and use it to invite your kid to get creative. We actually have this free printable here, as you can see, the Inventor's Box printable, and it comes with instructions along with a supply list for materials that you could potentially put inside, but do not be limited by this list, of course. So it's just to get you started in putting this box together. And I want to emphasize over here, this is about using what you have, not so much about going out and shopping for new things. You can potentially buy 1 or 2 supplies if you're thinking of using them anyways at home, but there's no need to go out and buy lots of stuff. The idea is to use what you already have. Sustainability is important, accessibility is important. Use what you got. And in the start, there is a possibility that your child may need some guidance on how to use that box. So then you would then have to create a few invitations for them. So little tasks, little things that they can do to get familiar with the basket and start using those materials. We also have directions on how to do that over here inside our printable. And that will sort of get them used to in seeing how this basket, so I have a basket over here of lots and lots of supplies over here, as you can see, how to use them. And once they've gotten used to using them, you can then create either a mini version or use that basket. I just use the same basket and have this basket that has all these random supplies in there, just sitting in the play area. And it's because my students already know how to use the materials respectfully and stuff. So they actually go and grab those materials and use them during play. So that's when your child will start getting creative with these materials during playtime as well, without you having to set up any invitations. Of course, there's then going to be some boundary settings and stuff that you have to think about. We also have instructions on that as well in here. So I invite you to go ahead and grab this free printable on how to put together your own Inventor's Box. And then you can use this, like I said, in camps, in classrooms, but also in homes. It's actually a great resource in the house. And this is one great way of bringing STEAM play into your home. And if you're ever wondering how to bring more STEAM play and you want to get a bit more familiar with it and get inspiration for activities at the same time, so set up an environment and learn how you can do that on a daily basis, but also have some activities when you feel like setting them, then join us inside our Little STEAM Learners Lab membership, where we will dive in a whole lot more details about how to do all of that. So this is just one tip of many, many, many other tips that we have for you, and of course, inspiration for activities and a community that's waiting to support you. So I'll see you around. Ciao for now.